Right, that's my mock-up of my dry sump tank. There's two sizes I can put in, either a 5 litre capacity, which is the one shown there. The 7 litre one is the next one up, which is taller. But as I'm putting an oil cooler in as well, I'm guessing 5 litres is going to be adequate. I've got pretty much clearance all round. And then when viewed down on top, I'll fix it to this location here. I can't move it up to there because I'm getting a bit close to the arm at the bottom. I've got plenty of room for the spring, so I'm happy with that. The only problem I see is the exhaust layout. I'm going to have to possibly come a bit higher than I expected to clear it. So I don't see that a problem. So it looks like I'm going to go for the 5 litre tank. The bit on top, silver, is the filler. The other choice is the 7 litre, and for that I'll just add the part. Right, balance that. So that becomes the 7 litre one, and that I think I've got a serious problem with. Yeah, the couple of problems associated with using the 7 litre one is it's going to be very difficult to run the exhaust through the small gap, and don't want to come up high there. And also I'm not quite sure on body being closed over the rear. I'm not quite sure how much room I've got there. So I'm definitely not going to go with the 7 litre. So the 5 litre one will seem to be the ideal option. But obviously I'll fit that in before I make up the exhaust system. So while we're here, I can show you the alternator and its brackets on top holding it. And just down there you can see the dry sump oil pump with its unions. It's very tight to the engine and tight to the side of the bulkhead, hence why I need to get access from the front, because if I have to change an alternator, the last thing I want to do is take the engine out to change an alternator. And then if we move around to the other side, where we have the AC pump in there, again it's a nice tight fit. Not really possible to get it out this side because obviously the exhaust is also going to be in the way, and it's not going to fit up through there. So another reason to make a larger access in the rear bulkhead in through the cabin. That way I've just got to remove the seats to get out anything. That just about sums up as far as I've got at the moment. Oh right, yes, the other part I've got to do is the fuel rail is very close to the top chassis member there. So I've got to cut that, the fuel rail. I can bring it back to roughly where my finger is now, re-thread it, bring the union back, and that will then clear the chassis rail there. The other side is not quite so bad because obviously it's a V8, we've got a stagger on here, and this side is further to the rear of the car, but I should still cut and remake the joint there. The only other problem I see is possibly that this trumpet may interfere with the glass for the rear end, so I may have to trim a little bit off the trumpet there. That should be okay. I'm quite happy to do that. So all in all, looks like we're getting there. I did, I think, raise in an earlier video that the breather, because there's a breather on there as you can see, and then on this side, because they're a copy of each other, there was a breather there. I've blanked that off. I've drilled and put a grommet in and put another breather in at this end. So those two breathers, one this side and one on that side, will link up and go to the dry sump tank. So that's nice and straightforward. So there we are, that's as far as we got. Nothing else I think to add. Right, okay, so presumably, or I'm guessing my next video will be starting to fit some of the panels. I'll probably start at the front. Oh, aircon, that's right. Yeah, I've now fitted or dropped in the aircon unit where I think it should go, but I need some thoughts from other people because I'm not quite sure where the scoop comes down for the front of the body. Am I going to clear it there or not? Because I'm guessing I'm putting that in that position. My reservoirs for the clutch and brake are going to go there. Not sure about the battery. I'm hoping I can get it in down here. Just a small racing type battery fit in down there. But open to suggestions and open to what thoughts other people have got. Because if we look down across there, we can see that in fact it is in fact the same height. I could move it a little bit more that way by actually cutting out, which I will probably do, a square panel here, so that will move the whole thing towards the rear of the car. But yeah, please give me some ideas. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching and look forward to your comments.